Hello! I am in my woodshed, bringing in some more wood for only the second time today. Yeah, almost every time people hear where and how I live, one of the first questions is usually A, how do you warm up your house? And B, what's your electricity bill? So in this video, I figured I would tell you both of those things. But first, I'm going to take Frodo for a little evening walk in the dark. I wish you could see what I see right now. The moon is shining so brightly I can actually see all the fog all the way over the field. I think you can kind of see it if I turn my headlamp on. It's really pretty. I'm usually not very scared to walk in the dark here because it's just nature out here, so there's not really much to be scared of, but just a couple of days ago there was a wild boar sighting just a couple of kilometers away, and that kind of nature makes me a little nervous. So I definitely don't want to run into them here. But I guess just talking a lot is a good tactic to not accidentally walk up to them unannounced. Wonder how cold it is. My fingers are really cold, so I'm guessing it's going down pretty quickly. It's supposed to get down to -15, I think. This is a almost 100-year-old house, which means that I have quite a bit of different options for heating it. I have 3 different fireplaces, one of which is in a room that I don't use, so it's kept cold, but 2 of them I use. And this particular one in the kitchen I have kept warm for over a month now by making at least 1 fire per day. The second fireplace I use is in the living room. I don't use this a lot for heating. It's more of a kind of cozy making a fire if I am spending a lot of time in the living room, like during the weekends for movie nights. I might start a fire in it, not really otherwise. But it can help, definitely helps keep this end of the house warm. And this is an absolute lifesaver for really, really cold periods. This is my central heating system. It pumps out warm water to all my radiators. It can be warmed up with electricity, oil, or wood. And obviously I am only using wood for this one. And the oil part we're actually planning on getting rid of completely. And here you can see the meters, pressure, and Celsius. I usually heat this up to around 40 degrees. There's a pretty popular saying about heating with wood. They say it's the absolute best way of heating because it warms you up over and over again. First, it warms you up when you chop the wood. Then it warms you up when you stack the wood for drying. It warms you up when you bring it inside. It warms you up when you burn it, and it warms you up when you have to take out the ashes. So, I am now in my finished art studio. I'll talk more about that in an upcoming video, but I am very pleased with the results. I think it's going to be great working in this space now. So, back to warming my house. Obviously, wood isn't the most ecological option for heating, and also with the rising energy prices, the firewood prices have also gone up. And I do know that it's actually really difficult to get firewood at this point in the winter because it's sold out everywhere. So luckily we did prepare a lot of wood last spring. I was very lucky to be well prepared for this winter, and I think I will manage with the firewood I have. Obviously looking into more ecological options, but currently I don't really have a choice. This is the only thing I can afford to stay warm with right now. So I do also have some electric heating in my house. I have a heating AC unit in my kitchen, which is in one end of the house, so it keeps one end of the house nice and warm. I have it set to 19 degrees as a base temperature, and that allows me to actually be away for hours and then not coming back to a completely cold house, which is nice because obviously I have pets in the house. I don't want them to freeze. So that's really convenient, and also the AC keeps my house cool in the summers, which is also very good, especially last summer when it was like 30 degrees for a extended period of time. It's just way too hot without some sort of AC. The other end of my house does stay a bit cooler, where I don't currently have an AC unit. We are planning on maybe getting a second new AC unit because this one is getting pretty old. So right now the end of the house where my bathroom is usually around 17 degrees maybe, while this end is a little bit warmer. So I also use electricity for heating my shower water, dishwashing water, stuff like that, so that also takes up some electricity. I also do have a fridge and freezer. I did actually earlier this year kind of think about the option to just turn them off and put my food out on the porch, depending on the weather obviously, but decided that for now I'm not going to be that extreme, but it's a good option to save if my electric bill would have been more expensive than it already was. I also do have some heating cables for my snakes. They obviously need to be kept warm 24/7, and as I've shown in a previous video, in my chicken coop I have a animal shelter heater which is on 24/7, and then if I need to, I have a heating lamp with a timer, and I usually have it on for like 4 or 5 hours during the night to keep the temperature above 5 degrees in the chicken coop. With all of that usage of electricity, my bill for the winter months, so November and December, have been almost 300 euros. November I think was 270 something, and December 290. So can I afford it? No, I really can't, but I currently manage with the help of my family. I actually did hear that my brother, who lives in the apartment where I used to live, had a pretty similar electricity bill, so it's not really cheaper even if you live in an apartment. And the kilowatt price for my electricity on the contract actually went up with 100% twice this year, so it definitely has gotten way more expensive. We're obviously looking into some more self-sufficient ways to do electric heating. We've been looking at solar panels, and also even looking at the possibility of getting a wind turbine that is meant for households, because I am in the middle of a field, so there's actually quite a bit of wind, maybe to generate enough electricity to warm up my shower water or something. And then also the windows in the house really need a good renovation. They let in a lot of cold air right now, but it's definitely way too expensive for everyone right now to stay warm. And oh, I also forgot to say that obviously I do have an electric stove as well, which I still use for most of my cooking, but I also do have a wood burning stove, which is great for simple quick foods, and then I can use the heat from that also. Technically I could even make my coffee and my tea on the wood burning stove, but for now I am way too tired in the morning to start with that, so I do still use a coffee maker and a kettle for my coffee and tea. The wood burning stove is really nice to have, especially for like outages. So far we haven't had any outages, but they did say that because of the energy shortage there might be some outages during the winter. We'll see. It's looking pretty good right now, but it's nice to have the option of being able to make food and coffee even without electricity. The wood stove obviously doesn't maintain heat as well as my fireplaces, but on the upside it heats up really quickly. So for example in the evenings, if it's not too cold and I want a little bit more heat while I'm still reading or on my phone in bed, I will make a fire in the stove, and then I can just lie and listen to the crackle of the fire, so that's really cozy. And then for the night I usually let it cool down. I don't mind sleeping in a bit cooler, and I do sleep in long pants. I usually have socks on, I have a t-shirt and then a sweater on top of that, and that keeps me nice and warm. And based on what I've heard, that's pretty much the situation for everyone, no matter the living situation. Most people have just put on an extra layer of clothing indoors so that we can go down a few degrees inside and manage. But I definitely am waiting for the situation to get better. Anyways, I think that's it for this video. It's been really nice to see the subscriber count slowly going up and getting a lot of really nice comments. I really love reading them, so if you have any comments or questions for this video, please leave them below and I will answer you as fast as I can. So, I will get back to you in the next video.